It's gonna be one of those videos where my voice is gone, just got back from Brave Girls, but we'll talk about that later on. Because probably the biggest thing we need to talk about happening in the K-pop world has to be the termination of Kim Garam from HYBE and her departure from SSERAFIM. Now, ever since the school accusations against Garam exploded and all the back and forth between the accuser and HYBE, we've been in a period of silence for a while. It was rumored that was because the two parties were now settling things privately, while Garam was still seen at the company building, presumably preparing to return for their next comeback. However, last night, HYBE finally announced that they indeed terminated Kim Garam's contract and that SSERAFIM will now continue on as a 5-member group. I know there are going to be a lot of differing opinions on this, but please be respectful in the comments. And while HYBE was dealing with this in Korea, over in America, their other group TXT were dealing with a crazy man. Last video, we talked about the horrifyingly specific death threats TXT were receiving involving their world tour. Some of the venues responded saying the appropriate authorities have been notified, but since then, a bunch of clips coming from their Dallas stop have come out showing a man actually getting on stage only a couple of feet away from the guys. Security then got him off the stage, but that wasn't the end of it. As TXT were making their way down the aisles to interact with fans, you can literally see this man leaving his seat to chase the guys down. At one point, he figures where they're going and cuts them off as the members then turn around to walk back the other way. Here you see him go up and down the aisles once again trying to catch them, while you can see other fans telling him to stop, standing there in confusion, disbelief, and anger because according to this account, TXT avoided going down this aisle. Not only did he ruin the experience for a lot of fans and put TXT in an uncomfortable situation, but let's just say hypothetically, if he was the one who had threatened TXT, what was going to stop him from harming them when he got this close? This could have ended very badly. Let's go to one more serious story also regarding a HYBE artist and talk about this J-Hope billboard. A Chinese fan site decided to get a promotional billboard for J-Hope in Seoul, and part of it was supposed to say rapper, but they unfortunately misspelled it in probably the worst way possible, leaving out a P, which now makes it an entirely different, terrible word across J-Hope's face on a giant screen. Thankfully, due to many people pointing out the horrific mistake, and I'm gonna believe it was just a mistake, the billboard has now reportedly been withdrawn. As always, with all that craziness out the way, let's get to the positive things that we can celebrate in K-pop. First of all, we have to talk about IVE getting their 10th win for Love Dive, a song that came out 3 months ago in April. Not only that, but this win breaks the 3-way tie between IVE, BIGBANG, and BTS, with the girls now having the song with the most music show wins in 2022. That is absolutely insane. Another first has been cemented by EXO's Kai, as he's the first person to win Best New Male Entertainer at the inaugural Blue Dragon Series Awards. Bam Bam is finally back on Twitter and social media after taking a break for his own mental well-being, and he did it in the most Bam Bam way possible, exposing never-before-seen clips of JB, topped off with a sassy response to JB saying his fishing skills were nothing but beginner's luck. Also, after a long time, we have to celebrate getting G-Dragon music, as he just released an official cover of Elvis's classic song Can't Help Falling in Love with You as part of a collaboration with the film and director Baz Luhrmann. On top of this, YG also announced that BLACKPINK's Jennie has been casted in the HBO series called The Idol, produced by The Weeknd. In fact, the announcement came after the teaser was revealed during The Weeknd's tour, where people were like, is that Jennie? Speaking of The Idol, remember the hilariously relatable footage of YEJI mustering up the courage to talk to her idol CHUNGHA? Well, now that they're both promoting at the same time, look how far things have come as CHUNGHA is dancing to ITZY's new song, Sneakers. I love that you can still tell how happy YEJI is that this is happening. I don't think CHUNGHA will ever realize how highly people actually regard her.
She said you're a queen, a dancing queen.
YEJI isn't the only successful fan, because while CHORONG and BOMI were greeting their fans before their unit copycat promotions, they spotted a fan who has been with them since APINK debuted back in 2011, over 10 years ago. The girls explained this to the crowd because the fan was now there with her baby. The clip went viral this week as the girls jokingly made all the fans promise to come back after getting married and having kids. By the way, APINK aren't the only ones who debuted in 2011 and are still active, because Brave Girls also debuted debuted back then. I still remember their debut song, which made me a fan ever since. From debut to reboot to lineup changes to the eventual historic blow up. And now I was able to see them live in concert and to my surprise performing that very debut song. But the best part of the concert was just seeing the girls having so much fun, not taking a single moment for granted. So thank you Brave Girls, and thank you to Studio PAV for allowing me the opportunity. And you know, this positive section is here to remind us that no matter how many serious things are happening at any one time, there are always and sometimes even more good things happening to maybe leave you off with a smile. And how could you not smile while watching this video that has now resurfaced of a god JIHYO that was less than 2 years old at the point where she recognizes that the reflection is indeed her? Who knew one day this little girl would grow up to scold this fan?
For our next song, we have to be really quiet. Hey!